Hi friends and family, welcome back to Georgia's Lifestyle. It's a pleasure sitting here again to chat with you. If you are new over here, a special welcome to Georgia's Lifestyle. And if you are one of my regular subscribers, I appreciate you so much. I am grateful for your continued support. I am grateful for your kind words. All right guys, thank you so much. You are awesome. Yes, so if you're a new subscriber, I hope after watching this video you will like what you hear and you'll give the video a thumbs up and you will hit that subscribe button. Yes, it's right there, and turn on the post notification bell so you are the first to be notified every time a video is out. Yes, and at the end of the video again guys, remember to give the video a like, give it a thumbs up. Today I am going to be talking about a frequently asked question. Can I take my family with me to the UAE? And by family, I know some of you mean your spouse and your kids. Or can I take my kids along with me to the UAE? Oh, sure. Yes, you can. You have to be married in order to take your spouse to live with you in the UAE. Yes, you have to be married. You can always take your kids along with you, but when it comes to spouse, you have to be married. Now, mind you, not all schools cater to that. There are some schools that specifically state that the offer is just for single teachers. And that is something that you have to look at carefully when you are searching for jobs or when you are given an offer. Is the offer for a single teacher only, or is it for family? Now, if it says a single teacher only, there is no convincing the school to allow you to take your family with you. One reason is that the type of accommodation or the size of the accommodation might not allow for family. There are some schools that provide shared accommodation. When it says shared accommodation, it doesn't mean you're sharing bedroom or bathroom. You have your own bedroom, you have your own bathroom. However, you have to share kitchen or share the TV room. In that case, you wouldn't be able to take your family with you. Right, guys? Next, there are some schools that provide, instead of providing a one-bedroom apartment, they provide a studio apartment. So it's just, you know what a studio is, only the kitchen and bathroom is separated. It's just one long thing. Now, if you have a family, that's not going to be ideal. And so it is very critical, important that while you are searching for jobs, if it is that you know you are not leaving your family, you have to come with your family, make sure when you are searching for jobs you read the description or the what is offered and see if it says family or for single. Okay guys, and yes, so you need to look at that carefully. Additionally, there are some schools that will cover the responsibility also for your spouse. So let's say you are female and you are the one who got the offer. Some schools that provide family for the family, they will pay for your spouse and your kids to come here. They'll pay the airfare, they'll pay for the visa. But when it comes to other documents, then you are responsible for that. On the other hand, there are some schools that say, yes, you can take your family with you, but you are responsible for everything. They will only cover, because you are the one who they employed. So of course they will pay for your airfare, they will pay for your visa, they will pay for your insurance, everything for you. However, you will have to pay to get your spouse here, pay everything for your spouse and kids. So those are some things you have to pay attention to carefully, keenly. Is it that the school says, yes, they have you can take your family here with you, and they will cover all the costs for your family to get here? Or are they saying that yes, you can take your family here, but they're only responsible for you? All schools will be responsible for whoever or whomever they employed, right? So if you are the one, either spouse, the male or the female, if you are the one who got the offer, everything will be covered for you. But before signing the offer, make sure to ask, will you be paying for my spouse's visa? Will you be paying for my spouse's airfare? Are you going to be paying for the airfare and visa for my kids? Or will that be my responsibility? Again, I keep saying it, I will keep repeating myself. There are some schools that provide everything, and then there are some schools that say, yes, you can take your family here, but you are responsible for getting them here. So make sure that you ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. I know there are cases in which that information was not clear, and when persons were ready to come here with their family, everything is all sorted. When the tickets are to be bought or the visa, that's when they're finding out that yes, we do provide family accommodation, but you are responsible for getting them here. So guys, don't be afraid. Don't sign anything until you have asked the relevant questions. If you are going to be traveling with your kids only, okay, moms, if you're going to be traveling with your kids only, there are certain documents that you will need for your kids. All right, of course, you're going to need their last school report. You're going to need, yes, their passport. Of course, you're also going to need a signed letter from the child's father. Whether you are married to the child's father or not, you cannot take the child here by yourself without having a letter written and signed by the father giving consent for you to take the child here. That letter must be, in some cases, this if my memory serves me right, that letter from the father has to be signed by a notary public or justice of the peace, if you call it that, justice of the peace or notary public. And if my memory serves me right, it should also be attested. But definitely, if you're going to be taking your child here with you and the father is not coming, you must have that letter. The child's birth certificate, and I said passport, that letter from the child, and the child's last school report. I think those are the important documents you'll need. If I left out anything, you can ask the question in the comment section and I will answer it. All right, now, should I take my kids with me when I'm coming? Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. It can be very challenging if you are coming for the first time and taking your kids with you at the same time. Yes, you can do so, but it can be a really stressful period. Reason being, you cannot get your child into school until all of your documents are sorted out. So you arrive here. Some schools, it depends on how fast the HR department works. It takes a long time for some of you to get your Emirates ID or to get your work permit visa stamped in your passport. Now your insurance and your Emirates ID and all of that those have to be sorted out for you before you can start doing any paperwork as it relates to your child going to school and so on, because your child too will also need to have an Emirates ID. Your child will also need to have health insurance. Again, if the school does not cover that for your child, you will have to have all of yours sorted out by your school before you can go ahead to seek those documents for your child. So it can be really stressful. So it's always my advice that probably it's better for you to come and get settled, pass your probation. Some schools give a 3 months probation, some give a 6 months probation. I would well, it's just my view. For me, I would say come and sort yourself out first, pass your probation, know how certain things are done, and then you take your child. Maybe a 3 months or 4 or 6 months afterwards, right? Until you get situated, you're settled, you know the no ins and the no outs and all of that. But yes, you can take your child here. I know that family is important, and I know some of you're not able to survive on your own. You need to come home and see somebody. Yes, because I mean, as a single person here, it affects me sometimes, like, you know, coming home and there's nobody to talk to. So I know that for some of you, you are a close knit family and you have to have your family here. So just make sure to find out all the finer details, you know, what make sure to find out from the school if they provide a family accommodation, family package. What will you need to pay for? Will they cover for your spouse? Will they cover for your kids? Because again, definitely they will cover everything for you, but they might not cover that for your spouse and for your kids. Same thing when it comes to school fees. Some schools will say, okay, you have to pay your child's airfare, but you don't have to pay any school fees. So sometimes you win in one sense and lose in another. Some will say, okay, you have to pay for school fees, but we pay the airfare. You just have to make sure you find out everything, and school fees can be very expensive. You just have to make sure you ask all the questions and know what you are getting into. A next question some of you ask, will my spouse get a job here? To be honest, guys, it's not easy. If your spouse is a trained teacher, it's easy to find teaching jobs. Yes, so if your spouse has a bachelor's degree also, and or its equivalent, it's easy for your spouse to find a job. But outside of education, it's very challenging. It's very challenging. It's challenging for them to come here and then find a job here. If they get an offer before coming, super easy. But it's very challenging when they come here and have to search for a job if they're not a teacher, because those are the jobs you get quite easily. But they're into other fields. I mean, if they're in business and so on, and some other occupations and so on, and they have the relevant documents, then yes, they will find jobs. Sometimes they find jobs and it's the salary is very low, and sometimes that's because they were employed from inside the country. But it can be very challenging. So as a family, I know some of you ask, should I take my spouse here with me? It is something, it's a personal decision. It's something that you really have to think about. You have to think about, what if my spouse comes here and he doesn't find a job? Will my salary be able to cover the expenses here for my spouse, for the whole family? And if you have to send money back home, will the salary being paid be able to take care of your basic needs and save something from it? It's a personal decision that you have to make. All right, guys, if you're yeah, it's something that you have to discuss. I know I'll say for like persons who are from my home country, Jamaica, yes, when you come here, your salary is going to be probably 3 times, 4 times more than what you are getting in Jamaica. If you come with your spouse, will that be able to take care of the family? It's something that you have to, we call it pencil out. Yes, you have to pencil it out and see if it will work before you make the decision to come. All right, it depends on the type of lifestyle that you live. There are families here where one spouse is not working, and based on their living expenses, their needs, yes, the salary is able to, one person's salary is able to cover everything. But if you're going to come with your spouse and kids, and for example, the school doesn't provide school fees and so on, you're going to have to pencil it out, do the math, and see if the family here can survive off your salary only, or it's better for you to come first and clear up some bills back home first. And you know, yes, because you can come here and get a good salary and clear up some bills back home first. So will you have to come by yourself first, clear up some bills, and then they come after? It's a personal decision that you have to make, guys. But I just didn't want this video to be long, but yes, you can take your family here. All right, guys, so feel free as always to drop your questions in the comment section, and I'll be sure to answer them as best as I can. All I've been sharing here is from my experience and from my friends who are here, their experience too, who are here with their family and who are here by themselves, and so on. All right, guys, but as always, do your research. I always say do your research. All the information is there online. Do your research. So guys, if you like this video, yes, and you have watched until this part, why not hit that subscribe button right here if you haven't done so yet, and turn on the post notification bell. It's right next to the subscribe button so that you get notified every time I post a video. And have you hit the like button yet? Like the video, leave a comment in the comment section. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video informative. Take care of yourselves. Until then, God bless you, and yeah, take care of yourselves and God bless you, and see you soon in another video.